What's going on, everybody? Welcome in to TB Sports 27. It is time for Summerslam Night 2. What has been a busy day here today on TB Sports. We streamed about 2 hours ago the National Championship Oregon USC as part of our Tennessee Volunteers series. And now we are jumping into what's going to be like an hour and a half, 2 hours of the second night of SummerSlam. So we're going to end off the month of August, and we're going to dive right into our first matchup of this show. Now you can see there was a match number 1 that involved Mr. Money in the Bank and his team along with Bullet Club and a bunch of other teams. That is up on patreon.com/tbsports27. In fact, we gave you that Sunday Night Heat preview matchup weeks before we even stream this show here tonight. So you want to make sure you go over there, patreon.com/tbsports27. We got a lot more bonus action to come, and we got a lot to talk about, but we are jumping into it now as the United States Championship will be on the line. Jacob Fatu set to challenge the champion, Uncle Howdy. Now, if you missed any of the action from night 1 of SummerSlam, you want to make sure you go into the archives here on YouTube. Go into the WWE playlist. It's right there. SummerSlam Night 1. In Night 1, Jacob Fatu and Bray Wyatt for the very first time went one-on-one, and the match ended in a double countout, an insane battle that went all over the arena and ended when the referee just simply had to throw the match out because it had gotten way too out of control. A potential huge night for the Bloodline here tonight, because in just 6 matches, the main event will kick off, and it will be the King of the Ring, The Rock, the leader of the Bloodline, who will be challenging Gunther for the WWE Championship. And if you guys tuned in and watched night 1 of SummerSlam, well, you saw what can happen in the main event, because we got not 1, but 2 title changes. And you see members of the Wyatt Six in this one getting started off early, as the U.S. champion Uncle Howdy is, well, he's not too happy with what happened to Bray Wyatt on night 1 of SummerSlam. But on night 1, just to kind of wrap things up before we jump into this, we saw the WWE Women's Championship change hands twice in the main event, night 1 of SummerSlam, when the Queen of the Ring, Io Sky, and one of the most superhuman efforts kicked out of 5 Riptides, including one that went through the announce table, and got the win, winning the WWE Women's Championship. But then it was Michin cashing in the Money in the Bank briefcase to win the championship and become your brand new Women's WWE Champion for the first time in WWE for Michin. And she is in action here tonight in a Fatal 4-Way, which was a match that was signed before that title change took place. So a lot could happen in the main event as far as title changes go, and the Bloodline trying to make it 2 for 2 tonight if Jacob Fatu can come up with a victory. And what a bounce back it has been for Jacob Fatu, because as you guys know, the High Chief Peter Maivia has been going at it with the Bloodline, and well, Jacob Fatu, he hasn't been pinned, but he lost that last man standing match to the High Chief Peter Maivia. So Peter Maivia has that over Jacob Fatu, but Fatu was able to bounce back over the last year in this war with the Wyatt family, and here with this opportunity where he earned it in that multi-man matchup, getting the win over Uncle Howdy, and now challenging for the U.S. title here on SummerSlam. 3 championships on the line here tonight: the U.S. Championship, the WWE Tag Team Championships, and of course the WWE Championship. We have nWo versus nWo, the Black and White versus the Black and White, as Hollywood Hogan and MJF teaming up tonight to do battle with CM Punk and Kevin Nash. You got a little taste of that at ECW One Night Stand, where you saw Jacob, or MJF, well, I guess it is Jacob Freeman, MJF, made his unofficial WWE debut. He has not been signed. He is still an active member of the AEW roster, as Jacob Fatu has pretty much just been unleashing on Uncle Howdy, but the referee distracted, and you see Ciampa kind of saying like, oh, I kind of messed that one up a little bit. Fatu with a little word for the referee. Be careful you don't get disqualified. The referee already threw the match out once last night, and look at Fatu. Have you ever seen Jacob Fatu get scared like that, get nervous? Holy smokes. And now the U.S. champion, Uncle Howdy. Ooh. Working his way back into this one. Nice shot. Fatu is going to answer, and we have the classic standoff, the shots back and forth between champion and challenger. We have breaking news as well, which we will get to a little bit later on in the broadcast, concerning WCW Nitro one night stand. Should we come up with a different, should we call it Millennium Nitro, New Year's Evil Nitro returns? It's the anniversary of Monday Nitro, as we will be in the first week of September in Universe mode. So it's a special WCW show, and we have a huge main event that has been signed for that match, for that broadcast, which is going to be coming up. So what a period of time for us here in WWE. Not only we have the SmackDown anniversary before SummerSlam, which I encourage you guys to go watch that one in the archives, because that was an awesome show with luminaries and old superstars, old and young, from SmackDown's past. We led right into the two-night SummerSlam event, as well as the two bonus matches on Patreon as part of Sunday Night Heat. And then we are going right into WCW One Night Stand, which will lead right into WWE versus AEW's Forbidden Door. Matches are already being signed for Forbidden Door, which we'll talk about that in the weeks to come. It is going to be a jam-packed card. I think we have like 14 or so matches on the card. A bunch of them are going to be taking place on Sunday Night Heat, so that's why you want to sign up for Patreon to make sure you get those bonus matches. But I can tell you that guaranteed now, I was trying to match it up, WWE versus AEW, with what belts the superstars had in real life on AEW. Well, a lot has changed. MJF is now the AEW champion, which doesn't really work with the story that we got with MJF hanging out with Hogan in the NWO, being the outsider, so he obviously can't really main event that show with what we have going on. So we're just going to have to play around with it and just have AEW be our own world. And with that, Samoa Joe, we are going to give him, he is the AEW champion, and the winner of the main event, whether it be Rock or Gunther, will then have to defend the championship on WCW Nitro One Night Stand, and we're going to get to that in a little bit. And the winner of that match will take on Samoa Joe, AEW champion versus WWE champion. Oh, what a huge spike DDT by Jacob Fatu to win the United States Championship, and Uncle Howdy kicks out. What match? Who do you guys want to see take on Samoa Joe at AEW Forbidden Door? He was a recent WWE superstar, yes, but Samoa Joe never took on The Rock, never taken on Gunther before. Another cover by Fatu after the spike, and we have a brand new United States champion, guys. So the titles are changing hands left and right at SummerSlam after we crown two new women's champions. And Jacob Fatu, for the first time in WWE in our universe mode, has captured gold in the bloodline. Well, night number 2 starting off in a huge way. Jacob Fatu, brand new United States champion, and Bray Wyatt unfinished business with that double countout. Maybe he's going to be looking for that return match here coming up with Jacob Fatu. All right, up next, Austin Theory versus the High Chief Peter Maivia. Austin Theory in our universe mode, coming off of an amazing run with the United States Championship, multiple title defenses against multiple big names and victories over big names. Batista, Brock Lesnar, just to name a few. Austin Theory beat them all. He has now reunited with his manager from Evolve, now known as Gigi Dolan, the former Priscilla Kelly, and Austin Theory has his sights on going to the next level and maybe being a WWE World Champion. Up against him, though, the winner of the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, the High Chief Peter Maivia, the man that defeated the man that just won the United States Championship in Jacob Fatu in the High Chief Peter Maivia. This match came about over on Patreon at ECW One Night Stand in a fatal 5-way Extreme Rules match, a controversial double pin that did not go the way of Austin Theory, which has led to this showdown here tonight. They had a little war of words that you guys saw on Monday Night Raw, but Austin Theory, without the U.S. title, now with Gigi Dolan, trying to recapture the Austin Theory that he was in Evolve, the world champion for hundreds of days. Got Gigi Dolan back, and Theory, this man, can he be a future WWE champion? He's got a tough test ahead of him because the High Chief, Peter Maivia, not only a legend, but the amount of wins that the High Chief has gotten since returning to WWE, it is a tough victory for sure.
Here comes the High Chief. He is Samoan royalty, wrestling royalty. It is good to be chief.
And his opponent from the Isle of Samoa, weighing in at 275 pounds, High Chief Peter Maivia.
Peter Maivia, a true pioneer, a real trailblazer. Yeah, before there was a final boss, he created the game as the first boss. Before there was a head of the table, this man built the table. And he's about to make even more history here tonight.
High Chief Peter Maivia and Austin Theory. Bell rings, the man in charge, Mr. Charles Robinson, and Austin Theory starting things off with the running clothesline. And immediately Theory busting open the High Chief. You know, High Chief, he's calloused up. You guys, you've seen the pictures of the High Chief. You know, he's got the scars from years and years of battle, Polynesian Pro, across the way, across the Pacific. Those scabs and scars, they'll open up easily, as you just saw Austin Theory. You get in there and you rub that boot the right way, you can open those scars right back up. And oh! A bit of a cheap shot by Austin Theory, I suppose legal as it may be in this matchup. And the High Chief, he did not kick out. He had to resort to putting the foot on the ropes. How about that? In Theory, another big shot. And another right hand. And look at Theory now. You got to stay on the High Chief, and this is where Gigi Dolan might want to get Theory focused, and you can see Gigi getting up on the apron, trying to keep Austin Theory focused, and shoving back Peter Maivia. Huge boot by Austin Theory onto the High Chief, and a kick out. Might be a little too arrogant for his own good, and again, Austin Theory coming to the outside of the ring, leaping down, and hits the double axe handle on the Chief. Shot to the small of the back. Oh, reversal. Oh, and Minute Maid. Well, they're not going to be happy. We're going to have to refund them. We're going to have to refund Minute Maid like 20 grand because they're losing their sponsorship for this one. It just got destroyed. Minute Maid's been split. Hey, if Minute Maid, if you're watching this, if you want to get a real sponsorship, TV Sports, 700 subs, hit me up. I'll slap the Minute Maid logo right up there. Referees count up to 8. And the High Chief now, look at this. Is it going to be Austin Theory? Just gets in. I thought we were going to have another controversial finish after what happened at One Night Stand. And the High Chief kind of mimicked Austin Theory. Leaning in the corner, being arrogant, obviously taking a shot at Austin Theory. Gigi Dolan calling her shots from the outside of the ring, and the High Chief comes up from the top. Splash landing down onto Austin Theory.
Driving down. Took a gamble once, took a gamble again.
Ooh, and drops that big fist right between the eyes, right to the nose of Austin Theory.
I'm not so sure things can be settled in a single
drop down.
How
How about that? That's a big old Samoan shoulder. You know how big the Samoans are. You just saw Jacob Fatu. That shoulder comes bruising into you. You're gonna be black and he's gonna be as black and blue as those tights. High Chief backbreaker on to Austin Theory. And the High Chief, Peter Maivia, picks up another win. What a return this has been in WWE for the High Chief in Austin Theory. Maybe a little bit more work to do with Gigi Dolan if he wants to get up to that WWE Championship perch for the High Chief. You know, a legend like this, is he a guy that may challenge for a championship at some point, or is he happy just being back, doing his thing? We've seen legends do that in the past, like Shawn Michaels. He came back 2002, didn't really win many singles championships. We're going to see, but a big win for the High Chief, and he is still top of his game, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal winner. All right, the Fatal 4-Way matchup up next here. Michin, Roxanne Perez, Asuka, and Timeless Toni Storm. Now, with the WWE Women's Champion involved. This, of course, was signed before Michin won the championship, cashing in Money in the Bank. So this is a non-title match, but a massive chance for any of the three superstars in this match to pin the WWE Women's Champion and maybe get an opportunity at that championship. Michin already has everyone gunning for Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, but Michin cashed in, did it within the rule of the law. People aren't happy about it because of what after Io Sky went through to win that championship, winning the Queen of the Ring, going through that epic match with Rhea Ripley. But she did it by the letter of the law, cashed in Money in the Bank, and Michin, who, if you guys remember, came over, and, you know, we talked about the rumors, Retribution bears never admitted, but bears a striking resemblance to one of the past members of Retribution, who was ousted from WWE back in December at Armageddon. It was a last chance battle royal, a contract battle royal, where the winner of a men's battle royal and a women's battle royal would get a guaranteed contract in WWE. Michin won the women's battle royal, got that contract, won the women's Money in the Bank, and now she is here as champion. As the entrances are coming out, we're going to hit you with the breaking news. Coming up on Monday Nitro One Night Stand in classic Monday Nitro fashion. The last time this man challenged, or I should say the first time this man challenged for a world championship, it was announced on Thunder. It was days before the match was set to take place, and we are going to do it again. And coming out to make the announcement is WCW legend James J. Dillon, just like he did on Thunder. And based off of what happened at night one of Summerslam, winning the Fatal 4-Way matchup, the winner of Gunther versus The Rock will challenge, or I should say will defend, their WWE Championship at Nitro One Night Stand against Bill Goldberg. In 24 hours, either Gunther or The Rock will defend their championship against Goldberg, and the winner of that match will take on Samoa Joe at AEW WWE Forbidden Door in a champion versus champion main event between the AEW champion and WWE champion. So your possibilities of coming up: do you want to see Gunther and Goldberg? You guys have seen that before recently in the retirement. How about Goldberg and The Rock, which we haven't seen since Goldberg's WWE debut? And then going into the Forbidden Door, do you want to see, 3 possible dream matches? It's almost like a Taboo Tuesday. Who are you going to vote for? Do you want to see Goldberg versus Samoa Joe? Do you want to see Gunther versus Samoa Joe? Or do you want to see The Rock versus Samoa Joe? Man, huge news. Just like how Goldberg and Hollywood Hogan was announced the first time for the Georgia Dome Nitro, it was announced on the Thunder before Nitro, and James J. Dillon going back just like he did back then, the night before coming out at SummerSlam, and Goldberg, after winning the Fatal 4-Way match on night 1 of SummerSlam, will challenge for the WWE Championship with the opportunity to defend the WWE in Forbidden Door, as will be WWE Champ versus AEW Champion. So, Fatal 4-Way matchup here. Again, a lot of history between all of these women. Michin and Roxanne Perez. No love lost between those two, who have been going at it the last couple of weeks. We also had Asuka, who was involved in quite a rivalry with Bianca Belair, that she came out of the winning end of that one. You saw the end result of that of the Underground at WrestleMania. Asuka also picking up a multi-women matchup victory last couple of weeks here in Universe Mode, as well as Timeless Toni Storm, who had a victory over the Queen of the Ring, Io Sky, which all led to this matchup here, which we were originally looking at as, possibly a top contenders match, but now with the women's champion in the mix, this is I don't know, if you get the pin over the champ versus just winning this matchup, what's the best case scenario here? We talked about the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal winner. What about Toni Storm, the Cyndi Lauper Rockin' WrestleMania Battle Royal winner, joining Natalya, last year's winner?
Snapmare takedown. Oh my! Hip attack. Make it twice. A third time. Can we see it?
Look at Toni Storm. Yeah, the hip attack right onto the champ.
I'm sure you did. She put in the work. Now she's looking for the payoff. Now Asuka.
Ooh, that one broken up by the Empress Asuka. Still to come tonight, Kevin Owens versus The Undertaker, which is an extremely dangerous match for Kevin Owens to be taking. Going into the Forbidden Door show, because we need our leader, we need the boss of WWE. Wait a minute, covered by Roxanne Perez, nearly had the 1-2-3 on Toni Storm. We're going to see if Kevin Owens gets out of here at one piece. He picked up the win over Sami Zayn in the Fight Pit on night 1 of SummerSlam. Now we've got The Undertaker here on night 2. A lot of rumors swirling. Forbidden Door coming up. A matchup that we never got to see. The fans have asked for it forever and ever. We brought it to you as part of our universe back when we were streaming on Twitch, so it's kind of lost to time. But a lot of rumors of an Undertaker and Sting one-on-one matchup coming up at Forbidden Door, which would be incredible. We'll have to see if that comes to fruition or not. That'll be up to our owner, Kevin Owens, of course, as the women's champ in trouble right now. Everybody is down, by the way, as Michin gets tossed into the corner. Asuka heading back out and sliding back in. But yeah, a lot of rumors going on about that matchup. It was if you guys remember, a previous Universe Mode, and if you guys want me to upload those documents, I have it written down. I don't have the video, but I did write it down, and I can put that up on our Patreon page. But It was quite a lead up to the Undertaker and Sting matchup at WrestleMania back in a previous universe mode that we had. And the stipulation was the loser could no longer embrace the dark side. And it was Undertaker defeating Sting at WrestleMania. And Sting went back to Surfer Sting for pretty much until we decided to stop going with WCW and we just focused on WWE, as Michin took a baseball bat to the face from Asuka and got busted open. And yeah, she's not too happy about that. Michin unleashing right now on the Empress and then going sternum first into the steel buckle that had been ripped off here in this fatal four-way matchup. No DQ in the fatal four-way here, and Singapore Kane just getting thrown around, rocked around. The women's champ heading to the floor, trying to catch a breather, going under the ring. More weapons being brought in. This was not advertised as a hardcore match, but we're certainly getting one, and maybe the first challenger could be the Empress, with Michin not really too happy with getting busted open, but timeless Toni Storm from behind, headbutt to Michin, shot off into the ropes, duck under, boot, and little pop rocks to timeless Toni with Roxanne in the ring, cover, and a kick out by Toni Storm. And well, I think Michin did take, or I should say Roxanne did take exception to that pop rocks, as she comes and hits the double boot right to Michin there. Ooh, that was a rough-looking Meteora. She about overshot that. That could have been dangerous there. Toni Storm, again, Michin into that exposed buckle. And look at Toni Storm. I don't know how much of that she got. You see the former women's champion, Shayna Baszler, on the outside of the ring. The Queens of Combat, along with Roxanne Perez. Shayna was I guess I should say 3 women's champions ago since the double title change. She was the champion all the way up until WrestleMania. A very long reign with the title. Lost it to Charlotte Flair with a Money in the Bank cash-in. And then Charlotte Flair would lose it to Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. Followed that up with the Rhea Ripley loss to Io, and Io losing to Michin, and another cover. Michin, soul food on to Asuka. Roxanne Perez is bloodied. And Michin just trying to knock Perez down, but Toni Storm in these fatal four-way matches, I tell you, they are so hard to come by to get a victory here. And once again, the hip attack from Timeless Toni. Which one of Toni Storm's movies did she learn that hip attack from? Oh my goodness. Oh, the blue mist. The blue mist, the poison mist by Asuka. I think Toni Storm sidestepped it, or you might have seen that the white hair of Toni Storm just turned completely blue. She might have turned into the Blue Meanie. Wait a minute. Kick from her back from Michin. Cover on Asuka.
She just will not go away.
Nearly snuck out a victory, did Michin. She might do that whole, oh, another soul food.
Michin put a stamp on this one.
Toni Storm and Roxanne on the outside of the ring. And Michin, a measure of revenge for taking the baseball shot between the eyes. And the women's champion is successful in her first matchup post cashing in Money in the Bank. The WWE Women's Champion Michin. What a Summerslam she had to end night 1 as champ and come into night 2 and defeat 3 of the top challengers in WWE. What a run that she is on right now. SummerSlam continues on with the WWE Tag Team Championships on the line. The nWo defending against Evolution Legacies, Jimmy and Jay Uso. It was the rivalry between Evolution Legacy and nWo that actually led to the Usos first joining up with Evolution Legacy. It was Jack Perry who was brought into WWE by Kevin Owens. We have not seen Jack Perry since the ambulance match back at Crown Jewel. It led up to a Bloodline Rules match that took place at nWo Sold Out between Randy Orton and Kevin Nash, and that's where we saw the Usos officially join up with Evolution Legacy, a group of all second-generation superstars and a group of the past, present, and future Evolution Legacy. The Usos, Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, and Jack Perry. Yes, Jack Perry, second generation, not by wrestling standards, but a famous father of Luke Perry is what put Jack Perry in the group, but also controversial for them to twist that, which is kind of why the fans have had their thoughts on Evolution Legacy at that point. But it has all come back around as a brief run with the Tag Team Championships for the Bloodline, as The Rock and Roman Reigns won them back, but the nWo won it back from them to regain their Tag Team Championships, and defending here tonight at SummerSlam. And this is not the only appearance of nWo, because coming up next, guys, it is nWo versus nWo, as CM Punk and Kevin Nash will team up to take on Hollywood Hogan and MJF, the outsider MJF. He came into ECW One Night Stand just like Scott Hall did, through the crowd. He does not have a contract with WWE. He is a full contracted superstar to AEW. He has an AEW poker chip tattooed on the back of his leg when he signed a multi-year contract with AEW, but he has shown up here in WWE, and mainly because he's teaming up and hanging out with Hollywood Hogan, who our boss, Kevin Owens, signed to an ironclad multi-year contract to rid the WWE of the black and white nWo. So Kevin Owens essentially gave Hollywood Hogan carte blanche to do whatever he wanted, and that's why he can bring in somebody like an MJF that is not contracted into WWE, because Kevin Owens signed the ridiculous contract. And, that's just something Hollywood Hogan's been known for. His history, Hollywood Hogan is a negotiator, and he has had some of the most one-sided contracts in pro wrestling history. Hogan's going to get paid, and he's going to come in and do the work, and he's getting paid right now a whole lot of money by Kevin Owens, and there's not a whole lot that Kevin Owens can do, and I think Kevin Owens is okay with that. If Hogan can get rid of the nWo, and maybe after that set his focus on getting rid of Mustafa Ali, I think Kevin Owens will figure, hey, that is one worthwhile investment. But for now, it is time for your WWE Tag Team Championship match here, Night 2 of SummerSlam. And we are getting very, very close. I mean, I don't know what's called a triple main event coming up. nWo versus nWo, Kevin Owens versus The Undertaker, and then The Rock versus Gunther for the WWE Championship. The final three matches to come on SummerSlam, as we are just a couple of shows away from Forbidden Door. AEW, WWE, Forbidden Door. The rumors flying. The winner of this match, unless there's a title change in the next month, the winner of this match would, you would think, be heading on to Forbidden Door to take on FTR in a WWE Champion versus AEW Champion match. So who do you guys want to see take on FTR? The Usos or Shawn Michaels and Nick Nemeth? That's who you'd be rooting for in this match. We didn't really mention with Jacob Fatu winning the U.S. Championship earlier this evening. Now he's going to be in a prime position. Cody Rhodes as well won the Intercontinental Championship on night 1 of SummerSlam, which his return to AEW would put him in a title versus title match. So some of the matches we know: ECW Champion versus TNT Champion. Right now, that would be Mark Briscoe taking on Roman Reigns. the Intercontinental and International. Now, I had a debate. What do you guys think? Should it be Intercontinental versus Continental Champion, or should it be Intercontinental versus International? They both kind of share the same name. I'm going with Intercontinental International, which as of right now would be Cody Rhodes taking on Kazuchika Okada, which I believe would be the first time that match has taken place since they wrestled in one of the New Japan USA shows. I think one of the Long Beach shows in California when Okada and Cody went to war. Also, the current match of Continental Champion versus United States Champion would be Jacob Fatu and Jon Moxley. So how about that? Or do you guys want to flip it? Should it be Jacob Fatu versus Okada and Cody Rhodes versus Jon Moxley? Let me know in the comments. As well, you just saw Michin, the new women's champion, that would put Michin in a matchup against Chris Statlander at Forbidden Door. And the women's tag team championships right now currently held by Muscle and Myth as they won the titles on night one. We had a lot of title changes at SummerSlam. It would be Muscle and Myth, which is Lyra Valkyria and Bianca Belair taking on the Babes of Wrath. So that's kind of the early card, as well as the rumored Sting versus Undertaker matchup. You have to imagine you got Hangman Page, Swerve, Will Ospreay, the Young Bucks, Darby Allin, Mercedes Moné, all top competitors in AEW without championships to their name. And on the WWE side, are we going to get CM Punk taking on somebody from AEW? Maybe the Judgment Day, Edge, Seth Rollins in the mix. What about Rhea Ripley, Io Sky on our side? These are top competitors without championships. The Rock, could he get a match if he doesn't win the title? What about Goldberg? These are all open possibilities. AEW, WWE, Forbidden Door coming up for the first time ever. It's going to be an excellent show. And replacing what we had done, it had been WWE and New Japan for the last 2 years, the G1 Supercard. And in fact, we kind of almost did, there's a cover by Nick Nemeth. We did almost like a dynasty the first time. It was WWE, New Japan, Ring of Honor, Stardom, everybody. And then last year was more just WWE and New Japan. Maybe we go back and forth. We've talked about it. Maybe do 1 year of WWE New Japan and 1 year WWE AEW. But I think a yearly tradition of kind of going to battle with some of the top promotions. Maybe a TNA show with the working relationship. Shawn Michaels, wait a minute. Oh, hits the sweet chin music. Cover. nWo to retain. And the nWo nearly retaining the tag team championships. Shawn Michaels, what a run he has been on since his return to WWE, winning the ladder match against Nick Nemeth at Survivor Series almost 1 year ago to win the contract. The friendship between the two, partial thanks to Kevin Nash, and reforming the nWo here. A couple of tag team championship reigns between the two. And steel steps. Wait a minute, cover. That one broken up by Jimmy Uso. Jimmy. Got Nick Nemeth. Wait a minute, Michaels and Randy Orton. There's a lot of history between those two. As Orton and Michaels. Come on, referee. Just letting this go. Are you kidding me right now with the ref?
This whole building is shaking. Matches like this are what it's all about. No count out as he takes things out of the ring.
Michaels heads back in. Oh, we got a shot in the outside of the ring. Weapons are going to be legal, unfortunately, in the tag team matches because the game doesn't let you do normal tornado matches as Michaels comes from the top. Double axe handle onto Jimmy Uso. This next match could get out of control, too. Because this is going to be a tornado tag. Big neck breaker by Jey Uso. And Jimmy would be, he was going for the Uso splash. Man. Well, a super kick to Shawn Michaels, of course. Shawn Michaels hit with his own super kick. Oh, my God. Jimmy Uso was just thrown onto the steel ring steps by Nick Nemeth. Excuse me, that was Jey Uso, rather. That was Jey Uso, who is in a world of hurt on the outside of the ring. Shawn Michaels and Jimmy Uso left in the ring right now here at SummerSlam. Both men staggering up to their feet. Duck under. It's Uso that gets the advantage. Michaels sidesteps.
Listen to this place. It's unreal. The decibel level in here right now.
The decibel level, you hear them, they're getting hyped. Headbutt by the Heartbreak Kid. Michaels to the top. Jey Uso, I don't know how he's doing it, but he is somehow back up to his feet. And Shawn Michaels hits an elbow drop from the top. Is that enough for the nWo? A kick out by Jimmy Uso, and now Shawn Michaels tuning up the band. Jey Uso might want to slip back in the ring. Super kick hit by Michaels. Here comes Jey. Is he going to get there in time? Yes. Jey Uso breaking that one up in a matter of time. I thought he was going to give Shawn Michaels another super kick of his own. Did not happen there. Jey Uso from the top. Oh, crashed and burned Michaels. Oh my God, what a chop. Super kick. Ducked by Michaels. Shot to the face. Jey Uso. Clothesline. Misses. Nemeth in control. Reversal by Jimmy. And there is a super kick to the Heartbreak Kid. Michaels is out. Nick Nemeth in trouble. The winners scheduled to take on FTR at Forbidden Door. WWE versus AEW Tag Team Champions. Who is it going to be? Cover by Jey Uso. Nick Nemeth barely kicking out. Super kick by Shawn Michaels seemingly out of nowhere. Nobody around. Another kick out. What a tag team championship match we have right now at SummerSlam. Michaels telling Jimmy Uso to get up to his feet. Ooh. What a shot right there. Michaels, big scoop slam. Jimmy Uso very smart, rolling to the outside of the ring. What's Shawn doing here? Oh, and Shawn went crashing and burning. Meanwhile, we got a famouser on the other side of the ring by Nick Nemeth. How you doing? Right there, Nick Nemeth. An incredible night 2 of SummerSlam. Nemeth trying to weaken everybody. Here comes Shawn, comes flying through the ropes. And we're back out brawling out on the floor. Double team right now for the Usos. Flying Uso and a huge opportunity right now for Jey Uso. Both Michaels and Jimmy are down. Misses the drop kick, a roll up. It's a cover by Nemeth. Oh my goodness, and Nemeth sneaks in and gets the win as Jey Uso. I don't know if he's going for one of those Uso, smashes in the corner. Nick Nemeth went out of the way. He came crashing down hard on the mat, and Nick Nemeth rolled him up for a 3 count. And the nWo will retain their tag team championships. And as of now, there's still 4 weeks to go, but as of now, the scheduled matchup at AEW WWE Forbidden Door would be FTR versus Shawn Michaels and Nick Nemeth, champion versus champions. Whew! All right. We now head to our next contest. nWo versus nWo. MJF and Hollywood Hogan versus CM Punk and Kevin Nash. Here comes the remaining members of the New World Order.
On the way to the ring, at a combined weight,
CM Punk, Kevin Nash.
46 pounds, Kevin Nash, and CM Punk, the nWo.
The moment this match was announced, the WWE Universe has expected a classic. I think it is destined to deliver.
A lot of history between Kevin Nash and Hollywood Hogan. A lot of history between CM Punk and MJF. As we mentioned, it was at ECW One Night Stand. That is exclusively on our Patreon page. Make sure you guys go check that out. A 1-hour broadcast was ECW One Night Stand. And the direct results of what happened at One Night Stand you're seeing here is that One Night Stand that it was MJF and Eric Bischoff that actually took on CM Punk
I am pumped for this guy.
and Kevin Nash. But tonight it is Hollywood Hogan.
First, from New York, weighing in at 200
Well, look at this.
MJF.
A yellow nWo. You ever seen anything like that?
What are you talking about? Yeah, what horse? The high horse this superstar always seems to be on. Did Jerry Lawler write that line for you?
MJF, we've talked about it all this evening. He is not under WWE contract. It is because of the power of the Hulk Hogan contract that he has that he's able to make calls like this. But this is, I don't know if he's just trying to match the scarf or what with this yellow nWo. We've seen a red and black nWo. We've seen the silver and black nWo. We've seen the BWO, the blue and black nWo. Never seen yellow before. Well, in the meantime, here comes Hollywood Hogan and Eric Bischoff.
The man who turned WCW on its head. The ring
And, well, the screen is in black and white. You can't see it. We can see it here in person. You're going to have to wait and see, folks. You're going to have to just wait and see when we get color back.
From Hulkamania to Egomania. Yeah, Hollywood Hulk Hogan has orchestrated unmatched destruction.
Hogan.
Literally dismantled companies.
Hogan also wearing the yellow and black.
To let the world know where the power lies.
What is going on right now? We knew this was nWo versus nWo, but Hollywood Hogan came in with the black and white.
You can question the tactics, but you can't argue with the results. Hollywood rules this industry.
And it seemed interesting that Hogan would come in with the entrance still being in black and white, unless that's his. There it is, as you see the black and white fades away. And Hollywood Hogan is donning the colors. I mean, yellow is the colors of Hulkamania. Red and yellow is the colors of Hulkamania. Is this nWo black and yellow? nWo Hulkamania? You can see the nWo logo on the trunks of MJF. Hollywood Hogan and MJF in black and yellow.
Well measured by
This is a bizarre scene to say the very least, folks. Again, we've gone back to 1998. It was Wolfpack versus nWo Hollywood. Now we're almost looking at nWo Black and White versus... Is this nWo Hollywood or is this nWo Hulkamania? The classic colors of Hogan, the yellow. Typically the red and yellow, but Hogan, the yellow trunks is what it would be. Which MJF is wearing the yellow, the classic Hogan yellow trunks. CM Punk, big double axe handle taking down Hollywood Hogan. Hollywood Hogan along with the outsider, MJF. Kevin Nash immediately, I mean, this is Great American Bash 1996 all over again. Oh, but Nash, maybe a little bit of, a lot of history between him and Eric Bischoff. Didn't quite want to give Bischoff the powerbomb on the floor. But Bischoff taking his shots and CM Punk going right after his former rival MJF. Epic matches the two of them had in All Elite Wrestling. The famous dog collar match that they had, and Punk, ooh, he about landed right on the top of his head, trying to come after MJF. Meanwhile, Hogan and Nash going at it on the outside of the ring in this. I don't think anybody could have anticipated this. When we saw MJF debut at ECW One Night Stand, it was in the classic MJF, the red trunks, the red and black. But this is the yellow, and the first time we've seen Hogan in yellow and black. Never both the Hulkamania colors and the nWo colors combined ever. It was either the red and yellow of Hogan or the black and white of Hogan. Hogan and Nash still locking in on one another. Coming up next, Kevin Owens and The Undertaker. And then your main event, Gunther versus The Rock. CM Punk, Singapore Kane, all legal here in this matchup. A Luthez press by Hollywood Hogan. You kidding me? Nash picks up Hogan. Yeah, a little sidewalk slam action there. MJF with a shot to the back of Nash. Couple of chops to CM Punk. And Bischoff, he's got a couple of karate black belts. Does Bischoff? He's gonna just toss Nash back in as MJF spikes Punk on his head, as he absolutely saw Punk come in earlier and land on the top of his head. And Hogan hammering away at Nash. Couple of shots and a big clothesline to Kevin Nash. Look at CM Punk swinging neck breaker onto Hollywood Hogan. Would love to get revenge after what happened at nWo Sold Out. The Hogan, MJF trying to cover CM Punk. And MJF duck under, just kicking away at the shins here. And Punk answering. Boot to the midsection. DDT onto MJF. Punk. Ooh. Nicely executed with the knee right across the face of MJF. Mike Chioda cover. Ooh, and that was almost victory for the nWo Black and White. Meanwhile, Prime Bottle being brought in by Nash. And again, Punk, you might want to just get rid of that move in your arsenal. Covered by Kevin Nash onto Hollywood Hogan. And a kick out for Hollywood. Hollywood, brother. Singapore Kane and MJF. From behind. Ooh, dropping MJF on his head. Punk now. Are we going to get a little GTS action here? No, instead, Punk wants to make MJF give up. Anaconda Vice locked in, and Hogan. Look at Hogan moving. That's some of the best I've seen Hogan move in a long time. Hogan. Oh, it looked like he was going to set up for the famous Hollywood leg drop. But now Hogan kind of in no man's land. And shot off into the ropes. Oh my God, Nash just throwing Hogan across the ring into the cover, and a kick out by Hollywood. And it's been pretty much MJF and CM Punk sticking to one another, and Nash and Hogan sticking to one another in this battle. Hogan, was that a low blow by Hogan? Wait a minute, Hogan in the cover, and nearly gets the victory for, I mean, what do we call this? Is this, I mean, this is nWo Hulkamania, is it not? Black and yellow?
And now Punk is being measured.
An nWo Hulkamania mix? Of course, Hogan, a pedigree on the floor. You know, as always said, even though the original nWo was Hall and Nash first, then Hogan, there's always been that jealousy between Hogan and Nash. You saw the original breakup of the nWo in 1998. There's the Hogan leg drop. Nash is down, and not many people can say they've kicked out of the Hogan leg drop, but CM Punk, GTS, on to MJF, and the nWo Black and White are victorious. And while they've been on the losing end of this war with Hollywood Hogan as of late, they got the win at ECW One Night Stand. They get the win at SummerSlam. And with the tag team titles staying in the family, it has been a hell of a night for the original, the Black and White New World Order. But you got this nWo Black and Yellow now that's hanging around. What's going to happen with this? Oh my goodness, you guys. It never stops here in the world of WWE. It is time for the penultimate main event here. And, well, this was not scheduled as a casket match, but it appears... Well, I don't want to give confirmation yet, but it appears that the Undertaker, he may be making it that way on his own.
Making his way to the ring from Marieville, Quebec, Canada.
Which again, as we're heading into Forbidden Door, the last thing we need is our boss to be incapacitated.
We know this man will do anything to win. He will need to lean into that tonight in this casket match. Indeed, you need to become your darkest, most evil self to succeed in a casket match. And he is more than ready to become that person tonight. Since day one.
Well, we've talked about the history in past videos, past streams. You can certainly follow along by going into the archives. But it goes back to the battle for the ownership of WWE, and The Undertaker was very much in the tournament from hell. A lot of people thought that it would have been, or should have been, The Undertaker. As much history as he has with this company, a man that would take no nonsense from anybody. Maybe one of the coldest reigns in WWE history, which is saying something considering the previous administration. It was not to be. It was Kevin Owens that won. And we've seen where Kevin Owens initially started on the path that the fans wanted, but then as wanting to stay an active competitor, using his powers to give himself favorable spots, which has brought The Undertaker back. Another man that is not under WWE contract, but he's The Undertaker. The man just shows up wherever he wants and is telling Kevin Owens, we're not going to do what we just went through the last several decades because I worked through that administration. And so the challenge came out here tonight for The Undertaker and Kevin Owens.
If this superstar finds a way to take down Kevin Owens, just imagine the respect he will earn throughout the WWE locker room. Well, you're right about that, but you can't just take KO's respect. You have to earn it.
The following contest is a casket match.
Well, it is official. I cannot imagine that Kevin Owens approved this, and he does not look happy. This is The Undertaker doing this on his own. And obviously Kevin Owens can say no all he wants, but he's in the ring now. There is no good. Look at the fear on the face of Kevin Owens. This is not what he wants. He is the boss, so he can obviously walk out of this thing, but The Undertaker's not going to give Kevin Owens the opportunity, and we have ourselves a casket match now. So what a 1-2 punch for Kevin Owens to, on night one, go through a fight pit with his best friend, former best friend, Sami Zayn, and now have to take on The Undertaker in a casket match. And The Undertaker putting Kevin, oh my, that is how Shawn Michaels' career nearly came to an end in 1998. Was a move just like that with the back landing on the casket. And the JR, I think, would call him the conscience of WWE. The Undertaker, not happy with how Kevin Owens has been running things the last couple of months, and is now unleashing, because it was The Undertaker. He is a former member of the Judgment Day. He came, The Undertaker showed up and helped battle Retribution, and it is a shovel. This is not buried alive, folks, but maybe we're going to see that here. But yeah, it was The Undertaker teaming up with Edge, with Damian Priest, with Seth Rollins, Bobby Roode, and Rey Mysterio, forming the Judgment Day that helped eliminate the previous administration and helped eliminate Retribution from WWE. In fact, it was the Stadium Stampede match, which, again, I encourage you guys, if you haven't seen it, because the viewership's not that great on that video, which is probably why I'm not going to do anything like that again. But we spent a lot of time editing the Stadium Stampede together. Wait a minute, Kevin Owens. And I encourage you guys to go check that out if you didn't get to see it. About a 1-hour match, a 12-person... Actually, no, it was 14, 16 people, because we had Rhea Ripley involved in that, and we had Reckoning and Retaliation involved in that. So it was a lot bigger than 12. I think it was a 16-person war that we did. So go check that out in the archives if you get the chance, because I'm really proud of how it turned out, but not a lot of people have gone and checked it out. But it's Stadium Stampede, the first time ever in WWE history. But Kevin Owens, and well, we've had some hardcore matches the last few here on SummerSlam between the Fatal 4-Way, the 2 Tornado Tags, and now this one. As it is breaking down, and Kevin Owens with the shovel. Now getting the better of the Undertaker. Oh, a stunner right onto the shovel. Stunner from Owens onto the shovel. And boy, if he can get the win over the Undertaker in a casket match. Oh, that did not feel good for Kevin Owens. No, it did not. Ooh, and Owens. That did not feel good. That's a great way to separate a shoulder. And the Undertaker dropping the straps here at SummerSlam. Oh, and Kevin Owens going for a ride. Choke slam right onto the floor. He's in no man's land right now, just staggering to his feet. Has no idea where he is. Tombstone pile driver on the floor. And are we about to see possibly the end of Kevin Owens' reign as owner of WWE? Because if he gets stuffed in that casket, I don't know what happens with Kevin Owens after this. And Owens picked up into the casket. Owens, with all he's got, is trying to hang on. That thing is closing, and it has closed on our owner. The owner, the boss of WWE. The casket has closed onto Kevin Owens. And what, I mean, this is an eerie feeling right now. Because we don't know what happens now with Kevin Owens. He's locked away in that casket. He is being taken, well, about to be taken away by these druids. Kevin Owens being taken up and out of the arena in the casket. And we have nobody running the show right now. Maybe Kevin Owens is lucky that it's a WCW One Night Stand coming up. Because he's going to be missing Monday, and that could possibly be it for him. This is absolutely wild. Guys, it is time now for our main event. What a 2 nights we have had here at SummerSlam. And it comes down to the King of the Ring, The Rock, going one-on-one with the WWE Champion, Gunther, in your main event of the evening.
The ring general begins his march, and the pain and suffering is about to start.
And Gunther, a man that came into WWE from NXT. He got a contract after an extremely impressive showing in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Go check it out in the archives. The effort that Kevin Owens did in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal is what allowed him to get the contract. He won the WWE Championship from CM Punk. And that immediately made Gunther public enemy number 1, right? But Gunther slowly starting to earn the respect of the fans. People didn't think Gunther was for real, but wins over CM Punk, wins over Edge, wins over Angelo Dawkins, defending the championship every step of the way. And I think it was really the rivalry with Angelo Dawkins, because the people really do not like Dawkins. And I think it was that match at Crown Jewel last year that really started to turn the fans in. Like, hey, this guy, he's a badass. We like this guy. Well, now he's going to step into the ring with The Rock, a man that when he first came back to WWE, well respected. He helped out a family member, Roman Reigns, who lost his tag team partner. The Rock stepped in. Tag team run between The Rock and Roman Reigns, but then adding Jacob Fatu and kind of having Jacob Fatu run roughshod over WWE, then adding Tommaso Ciampa and the High Chief coming in and saying, you know, hey, this Fatu guy, he should not be here. And the disrespect that The Rock showed to his grandfather is what kind of turned the fans against the bloodline here. A lot of gold as you see the ECW champion Roman Reigns, the United States champion, the new United States champion in Jacob Fatu, and the People's champion in The Rock, possibly adding another championship if The Rock can defeat Gunther. The Rock is your King of the Ring of this year in Universe mode, defeating Kevin Owens in the finals. Fortunately, you can't hear the awesome Bloodline music, but I'm letting this one kind of just play out as The Rock, I guess, letting Roman Reigns going into the ring, even though it's The Rock who actually is challenging for the championship here.
You just have to survive against Gunther's game-changing power.
Winner of this match will take on Bill Goldberg at Nitro One Night Stand less than 24 hours from now, with the WWE Championship on the line. And the winner of that match will take on Samoa Joe at AEW WWE Forbidden Door. And look at the gold. Even though they recently lost the tag team titles back to the nWo, the Bloodline continuing to rack up a lot of gold. That is very blurry. That looks awful. Should we switch up the belt? I love the Winged Eagle, but it does not look good in this game. We were using the Undisputed Championship last year's Universe. Before that, we were using the Attitude Era title. But it does not look good in this game. I might end up just switching that belt. There's the challenger, The Rock. We've been waiting for this one for the first time ever. The Rock and Gunther to go one-on-one. King of the Ring versus WWE Champion. We saw what happened in Night 1. There is a men's Money in the Bank briefcase holder in Seth Rollins. We've talked about Gunther, Goldberg, or The Rock challenging Samoa Joe. Seth Rollins, Mr. Money in the Bank, is out there as well as a possibility. But here we go. Rock, Gunther. The main event, night 2 of SummerSlam, and Gunther just immediately took what The Rock had, took the chop, and threw him to the ground. And Gunther just runs The Rock over, and The Rock ties up Gunther. Irish whip into the buckle, hits the clothesline onto the champ as the champ collapses down to the canvas. Gunther, of course, going at this alone. He formerly had Imperium in NXT, but he came to WWE without Imperium, which is an interesting decision, but it's obviously worked out for him. The Rock, though, as you can see, everybody of the Bloodline by his side, so it is quite the advantage for The Rock, as he's got 3 guys watching his back. Gunther, oh my god, ragdolling The Rock. Are you kidding me right now? And Jacob Fatu up on the ring apron.
If you focus on one without the other, The Rock has you beat before you even step into the ring.
Rock, ooh, Rock, nice snapmare into a sleeper. Really chain wrestling, feeling each other out. Gunther able to reverse it. Now he's got the Rock and a hammer lock here. Shot to the back by Gunther.
Cagey maneuver there to get out of that.
And, oh, what the heck just happened to the Rock's arm? That did not look good. Side headlock by the Rock, and Gunther slips out of it and locks in. Ooh, that did not feel good. You guys seen the new Naked Gun movie? You know what a shot to the stomach will do to you, right? Go watch that movie if you hadn't watched it. A little plug ski there. You want to talk about doing a movie trilogy proud. That movie was awesome. Anyway, Gunther, after the chain wrestling there. And look at Gunther standing over the Rock. Into the cover, the arrogance of Gunther. But the people love it. That's what the people love of Gunther. And now Gunther getting fired up. Big chop, but the Rock sidesteps. And throws Gunther down with the arm drag, as you heard commentators say. Rock to the top. Oh my God. Rocky Maivia days splashing onto Gunther. And really early on for the count, but Gunther kicks out. Stomping away to the back of the head. Gunther. Ooh, that is a good way. The Rock for the shoulder to pop right out of its socket there. And Gunther, powerbomb to the king of the ring. My goodness. And the Rock. Oh, he probably should have rolled out. Big boot, and the Rock pulls the rope down, and Gunther goes crashing about 15 feet to the arena floor, which is a great way to blow out an ankle, tear an ACL.
Things are heading ringside now. This is quickly turning into a slugfest.
Does the referee keep counting when this happens on the floor? Can't get a double count out with this, right? Rock and Gunther on the floor. Jessica Carr's had some of the toughest assignments here at SummerSlam. She had Bray Wyatt and Jacob Fatu night one. I mean, come on. Oh, and the Rock. Standing drop kick now. Jessica Carr continues the count as the Rock in control of the WWE champion. It has been since, what was it, 2014, the last time the Rock held the World Championship. Spine buster on to Gunther. The Rock did not go for the people's elbow. That was very interesting. You never see that out of the Rock. And Gunther is going to roll up the King of the Ring. Carr, that was a bit unexpected. It was not quite in position as the Rock sidesteps Gunther. Rock was going for a rock bottom. Gunther fights it. Big chops, big boots. The People's Champ is reeling now. There's the big chop that Gunther was looking for, and a distraction by the ECW champion, Roman Reigns. The Rock is down for the count right now. Jessica Carr telling the Bloodline to knock it off. But my God, The Rock, he is down for the count, is he not? Holy smokes. Gunther, big clothesline for The Rock. And now Gunther setting up to put the People's Champion. A low blow. That was a low blow. The referee did not see it. The referee did not see it, but the referee is distracted right now. Oh my God, I mean so much. Wait a minute. Oh, and Gunther kicks out. Gunther kicks out. It was a 3 count that the referee missed. A low blow the referee missed because of the Bloodline. Rock.
This is a critical moment now to see who can find a way to keep going.
Boom. Yeah, shin breaker to Gunther. Oh, but Gunther's shins feel okay. Here, look at Gunther telling The Rock to get up right now. Oh my God. Look at Gunther. Ooh. Again. Gunther has The Rock. Power bomb. Is that enough to pin?
Simply refusing to let this opportunity slip away. And who knows if there'll be another shot? Yet you can't give up.
Fans are getting into it now. Gunther and The Rock answers back. Rock sends Gunther shot off into the ropes. Collision. Nope, tie up here. Big clothesline and back into the cover by the ring general. Oh, and that was enough. It was a knockout blow. It was a knockout. Out of nowhere, Gunther knocking out The Rock with the clothesline. And Gunther, little bit of a disrespect towards the referee, but that's what the people like about Gunther. He's almost like the Stone Cold Steve Austin, no nonsense, plays by his own rules. And if Seth Rollins wants to try to cash in, then my God, good luck. Gunther is standing tall. A knockout clothesline of The Rock, and Gunther is still your WWE champion with wins over Edge, with wins over CM Punk, with wins over Angelo Dawkins, the man that beat The Undertaker at WrestleMania, and now a victory over The Rock. Gunther will now take on Goldberg at Nitro, one night stand, where the winner will go on to Forbidden Door to take on AEW World Champion Samoa Joe. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to SummerSlam, and we'll see you for Nitro, one night stand.